Welcome back to another GeekaWhat video. Today I'm taking you over the best $350 gaming PC build, specifically for the months of March and April 2016. It is worth noting that this build will be good for months and months after that, so this really is a 2016 build. This build will smash the latest AAA titles and also some of the most popular titles such as World of Warcraft, League of Legends, Minecraft and CSGO at high settings 1080p whilst achieving between 30 and 60 frames per second. So make sure to like this video and to subscribe if you haven't already. Follow my Twitter at GeekaWhat, but without any further ado, let's get straight into the parts list for this build. The CPU I've gone for is a personal favourite. It's the AMD Athlon X4 860K, which always makes me sound like I have a lisp. It's got a 3.7 GHz clock speed, which is great, but it is overclockable. I've got mine to 4.4 GHz, and it does include a stock cooler. It's a quad-core CPU, which makes it compatible with all of the latest AAA titles, which is good news. The motherboard we went for was the Asus A68H M-K. It's a personal favourite of mine, and it comes with the FM2 Plus socket in a micro ATX form factor. A micro ATX form factor is a bang slap in the middle of the three main motherboard sizes, meaning you aren't paying a premium for small nor big, and you're not using up unnecessary space with features you're ultimately not going to use. For RAM, I went for two 4GB DIMMs of G-Skill's Ripjaws X series. It's DDR3 2133, which is a bit overkill, but it's on offer and it's cheap, so why the hell not? For storage, I went for the Seagate Barracuda. It's a 1TB drive, meaning you have 1000 GB of capacity, which is double the next generation consoles. It's in a 3.5-inch form factor, which is the usual, and 7200 RPM, which is as fast as consumer mainstream hard drives really get. The video card is a new one from AMD. It isn't all that new anymore, but it's still newer than some of Nvidia's offerings. It's the XFX Radeon R7 360. It's their core edition and it's got a 2GB frame buffer. You aren't going to be considering any gaming above 1080p anyway, so a 2GB frame buffer is more than enough for 1080p. For the case, I went for the Thermaltake Versa H21. It's got a window on the side, USB 2 and USB 3, meaning you can admire your hard work. It's an ATX mid-tower, which means it supports up to ATX size motherboards. It is really cheap and also gives you plenty of room to play around with when building in this case. The power supply I went for was the EVGA 430 watt 80 plus certified ATX power supply. It's a really solid power supply, and you don't want to scrimp out when it comes to power supplies. Some people may say it's a little bit overkill, but I love EVGA's products, and 430 watts isn't as high as power supplies get, but it is nice and reliable. This build really is great for $350, and if you did enjoy or find it helpful, drop a like rating, make sure to subscribe. Got any questions, drop them in the comments below. Make sure to answer my question of the day down below, whether you're watching this on the day of release or not. Follow my Twitter at GeekaWhat, and will as always see you in the next GeekaWhat video.